like they can't hide anymore. Because there's no way we're this bad and no one else is, but maybe. I don't.
Good evening, future Illini, and congrats on your admission to the University of Illinois. I'm Connor Seco, a senior in the video storytelling class, which produces UI7 Live, a weekly television news program that covers Champaign community news. Each and every one of us here in studio today, on campus and studying remotely, has been in your shoes, and we're here to tell you about some of the coolest things that you can be a part of when you join the Illini family. Through our classes and extracurricular involvement, we gain the skills needed to tell the stories that impact you and have so much fun along the way. But UI7 is just a small part of what the College of Media and the University of Illinois has to offer. This class is very much focused around journalism and growing as reporters. In journalism, we'll learn how to write, edit, and produce for a variety of different media, including print, television, radio, and the ever-growing online mediascape. The journalism program here at the College of Media has helped kickstart the careers of a number of successful journalists who now have jobs across the country as reporters, news anchors, writers, and editors. Though, not every alumni has followed the same path as their peers. Some have gone on to make waves in new media, and one in particular just wings it. Delaney Applehands has more.
Thanks, Connor. If you're a fan of SNL, you may have seen this clip over the weekend.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Shawn Evans. I am joined today by royalty, a Grammy-winning recording artist, actress, and icon, Beyonce Knowles Carter. It is truly an honor.
I know.
I cannot believe you're on Hot Ones.
Now I feel you. I still can't tell if this is beneath me. But my sister Solange loves this show, so I said I'd do it.
Shawn Evans graduated from the University of Illinois in 2009 and has gone on to a very unique career. We had the chance to speak to Shawn, who hosts the celebrity talk show Hot Ones. He told us a bit about his experience studying journalism in the College of Media and some advice that he has for incoming students.
My name is Shawn Evans, host of Hot Ones, a celebrity interview show where we interview celebrities over increasingly spicy chicken wings. I was a broadcast journalism major at the University of Illinois, and somehow, some way, since 2009 when I graduated, found my way to a chicken wing talk show. I knew when I went to college that broadcast journalism was the thing that I wanted to pursue. I knew that that's the road. I just didn't know where exactly it was going to go. And then I think the thing about that major that's so amazing, or the thing that I look back on so fondly now, is, you know, it really is a job that is constantly taking you out of your comfort zone. And you don't have to be an expert in one thing. You can kind of just dabble in everything. So I appreciated the range that it offered. I appreciated how it always felt so different every single time. It was always like a new adventure, and I really fell in love with it. I think though, if I were to give any advice, it would just be to, like, think about audience, think about who you're telling these stories to, because that's what we are at the end of the day, as storytellers. So always be of service to them, like always be able to, always just be providing information or entertainment or a laugh or whatever that is. Always think about your audience. I'm actually, sort of jealous of students that are entering now, because media has changed in such a crazy way, and there's so many different roads to success. As I've said, I've broken through with a chicken wing talk show, like that's the craziest thing ever. So you really can kind of create your own path and your own job title and your own body of work in an independent way, and in a way that you have a real ownership stake and control over the creative and final products.
Since Evans has graduated, there have been over 200 episodes of Hot Ones aired over 14 seasons. Live from Gregory Hall, I'm Delaney Applehands. Now we'll go back to Jose Zepeda, live outside of Richmond Studio, who will tell us a little bit about how students here can get real-world experience.
Thanks, Delaney. Part of the college experience is getting real-world experience. Now, the University of Illinois' NPR affiliate station, WILL, offers just that. Let's take a look at what journalism students can expect if they intern or take a class with Illinois Public Media.
WILL is licensed to the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. We are actually the first radio station in the state, and so actually we turn 100 years old, our AM station, next year in 2022. Our radio station is a member station of National Public Radio, NPR, so that means that we carry a lot of their programming, a lot of their news. We carry their news magazines in the morning. I think what makes WILL stand out compared to some other university licensees is that we really want to reach out to the students and invite them in so that they can experience what it's like to be in a real-life newsroom, and then actually get their work published on our websites or actually on air. We offer internships so that students can come to 10 to 15 hours a week, and they're paid internships to work with our news staff or our talk show team. We also have a number of just regular student jobs where students can come help us curate our weekly newsletter or help us with our digital site. And we also have a number of students working on our weekday talk show. I really encourage students to look into the College of Media here at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, and the fact that they get to work here at WILL and Illinois Public Media. They get to work alongside journalists as they're publishing stories, as they're putting stories on the air, or even creating segments for the talk show. A lot of universities, and I actually worked at one previously to here, they didn't even know they were in the building. They didn't know the radio station was in the building. They had no connection despite being right there on campus. We've really made a conscious effort to incorporate students into the practicum here at WILL.
The College of Media also offers an audio journalism class in conjunction with WILL that acts more as an internship as opposed to an actual class. Students learn to write in the audio broadcast style, as well as write articles for IllinoisNewsroom.org. To learn more about Illinois Public Media, you can visit WILL at illinois.edu, as well as IllinoisNewsroom.org. Now let's send it over to Hamden Kyle, that's going to tell us more about a professor who likes to make her classroom into a newsroom.
Hello, my name is Hamden Kyle, and I'm a senior in the journalism program. Journalism 340 and 445 are the core courses for the broadcast journalism track. Lecturer Allison Davis hopes her course gives students the proper fundamentals in video production so that they're ready for Journalism 445. Journalism 340 is the start of video journalism. Students taking the course learn how to edit video, use their cameras, and even produce their own news break. Other things you learn are how to write a broadcast script and how to run a teleprompter. The class is the building block for Journalism 445, or TV2 as it's known by students. In TV2, students learn how to produce an actual newscast. Students have their own show every week where all the content is produced by people in the course.
What I always like to do in 340 is them to really get the understanding of how to go out in the field and shoot stories and put them together so that they have those tools, those skills developed, and so then when they come in for TV2, they have a really good understanding about how to go out and create a VO or a VOSOT or a package, and then they can fine-tune those skills and really work on producing a newscast and putting together the whole newscast, and also working on their skills as anchors or, you know, doing weather or sports or such like that. I feel like that TV1 is kind of the building block for TV2.
Journalism 445 is the final step in video journalism, but if you want to get real-world experience in the print route, the Daily Illini is a great place to work. We'll learn more about the Daily Illini, the student newspaper here at University of Illinois.
Daily Illini is the independent student newspaper for the University of Illinois, and it's been the home for students to develop their journalistic and media skills. We have a variety of different departments ranging from news, features, sports, opinions, and buzz, all the way to photography, videography, copy editing, and video editing. The DI is a perfect way to get hands-on experience and real-life experiences to figure out the kinks of the profession. The DI is a great way to meet new friends. Coming into work doesn't really feel like work when you're just working with your pals. We have a variety of people ranging from freshmen to seniors, from physics majors to journalism majors. We just love having the student body come in and work with us. It's really easy to get involved. All you have to do is go to the Daily Illini website and fill out the application. I really hope that future students who come in can really get the same experience that I have, from lifelong friendships to building your network in the future and really sharpening your skills as a media member.
Welcome back to this special edition of UI7 Live. Advertising is constantly changing. Advertising professor Mike Yeo tells us why it's beneficial to major in this growing field of study.
You know, advertising is a field that is so versatile. Like literally I can teach anything. I can relate anything to advertising.
That is right. Advertising encompasses different skills. For those with creative minds, those who would like to study our society, those who would like to reach an audience and promote ideas, or those who would just like to learn about these skills, advertising is a major for you.
Advertising, everybody thinks of the ad, right, the product. But actually what we do at advertising is we teach advertising as a process. So everything that goes into making that ad what it is.
Advertising has evolved throughout the years and has a much brighter future moving forward.
Maybe till about 30 years ago, if you wanted to advertise, you had very few options. Now, like if you think of it, content and media have all converged, you know. So you read the same thing on a newspaper, that same content is available on anybody's phone. That same content is increasingly even available on your watch.
Among many other projects, the College of Media is currently working on a summer academy for prospective and current advertising students.
So we received support from the campus to develop a place where students can participate in more action-based, team-based, project-based learning, working closely with the industry and faculty outside of the classroom, but on real-world projects.
For UI7 Live, I am Benny Yeni.
Thanks, Benny. Professor Michelle Nelson of Advertising spoke with UI7 Live, covering a collection of print advertisements housed in the College of Media Communications Library. The collection includes material published between 1890 to 1970, a unique resource at the University of Illinois.
The Darcy collection is a collection of print ads, mainly from the late 1800s to the 1970s, and it was donated to the University of Illinois Communication Library from agency in St. Louis. I think it helps to put today's advertising, both from messages to creativity to representations, in a broader context, right? Advertising has existed for hundreds and hundreds of years, and to look at, we're just at one moment in time. So what can we learn about persuasion? What can we learn about strategy? What can we learn about creativity that might inform what we're doing today? Originally, advertising was meant to offer information so people could make better decisions in the marketplace. And we scrutinize that claim. We look at ads and literally count the number of information cues in the ads. And we see that some of the ads from the early 1900s, absolutely. And print advertising had a lot more body copy, right? There was a lot more words. And maybe there was more information. However, we also scrutinize, well, was it truthful information? We look at ads from before the Federal Trade Commission was even begun, and we see a lot of false advertising claims. So not only do you learn the theory or the research from people who are actually studying and making up the AI in advertising, but you really have lots of chances to practice advertising through all kinds of clubs and through all kinds of student projects and experiences. And so I think that if you are interested in advertising and the way that advertising is changing, it's a fantastic place for you to come.
The collection helps advertising students gain hands-on experience understanding the history and evolution of advertising. Live from Gregory Hall, I'm Eric Rizzuko. Next, UI7 Live's Ethan Simmons spoke with a Media and Cinema Studies faculty member.
U of I has always been pretty high on the list as places I'd want to be, because it's just the program here, the College of Media, is really excellent as far as just the overall field of media studies and advertising, and even across campus. So like the psychology department, the Beckman Institute, and all of these are just all very, very, very strong research programs. I study the technologies that we use every day, both to work and to have fun. And I study how we can make those technologies better for us and how we can, especially when it comes to paying attention. My goal is always to make my classes as metacognitively easy as possible. So I don't want my students to have to come in and think, what do I have to do this week for this class? By making the class as accessible as possible, you kind of make it easier for everyone.
Welcome back. Starting a new chapter as a student at the university can be a bit nerve-wracking, but making use of the community and its resources can make that journey a lot easier. We spoke to a senior in Media and Cinema Studies who shared some words of wisdom that could be of use to any student, but especially those looking to make the most out of the program.
Next majors are creative, we're analytical, and we're engaged.
Carrie Ann Lambella is a senior in the Media and Cinema Studies program. Since transferring to the university in 2019, Lambella has been able to craft just what studying media and entertainment means to her.
I reconnected with someone I knew in high school, and she told me about her major, Max. She said, like, you're studying media, it's a lot more flexible. It's focused on theory, critical thinking, analysis.
Lambella said the engagement of the students in the program makes for a lively classroom environment.
Everything constantly makes you think a little deeper.
The coursework intertwines critical analysis of media into their everyday media experience.
Our professors constantly encourage us to dig a little deeper and really be critical, and that's one thing I love about the majors.
She said the program involves a lot of vibrant discussion and collaboration.
Max is a great major if you can really find some people to connect with. It's a small major, you're gonna see a lot of the same people.
According to Lambella, career flexibility is a highlight of the program.
I think the great thing about Max is, like, you can do anything. I want to work in entertainment marketing. I know someone who's like a YouTuber and wants to work in content creation. I know someone else who wants to work in advertising.
Through university resources and professional experiences, Lambella has picked up on a few qualities that make the road a bit easier.
Don't be afraid to hustle a little bit. Like, we're in Champaign, Illinois, so there's not that many opportunities for you to gain the experience and really get to it.
Her best tip for incoming freshmen: stay open-minded and get involved to start a path that leads to success. As Carrie Ann mentioned, there are a number of resources both in and out of the college to help students on their path. Even with the pandemic, a number of organizations are finding ways to stay active and support one another. Visit studentengagement.illinois.edu to learn more. Live at Gregory Hall, I'm Shelby Voss. Next, we'll hear from Zulema Herrera about the newest member of the Max family.
Angela Aguayo is an associate professor who is a recently published author of her book called Documentary and Resistance, and is known for her documentary work surrounding social issues concerning civil rights, social movements, and racial justice, as well as her work within the community with programs like Girls Who Make Movies. Aguayo shares her insight of her background and what inspired her to take on this profession.
I'm a working class kid, and so my parents were always interested, what are you going to do with that degree? Because they didn't have an education. I wanted to further my education and decide, well, what am I really interested in? I'm interested in the intersection of media and social change. That involves politics, it involves media production, it involves the groups and peoples that organize around media work, and that's what I study.
Aguayo talks about what students should expect in her upcoming courses and what they could learn from them.
When I teach new media, culture, and society, students in there are kind of doing a very kind of somewhat anthropological, like ethnographic look at their own kind of engagement with social media over their lifespan. And I'm really excited about this, as I'm teaching a class called Documentary and Music Culture. So if you're a music fan, if you like music documentary, and you want to expand how you think about both music and documentary and its role in shaping the music industry, then I encourage you to join us. So I really try to shake up the learning environment a little and get you out of this reading, regurgitate. The assignments are smaller, they're smaller stakes, and we try to play.
Her courses are offered next fall and spring, so be sure to look out for them if you're interested.
Coming up after the break, we'll give you a look at what opportunities students have to be involved with sports journalism here at the University of Illinois. But first, here's a look at our own sports show, Illini Sports Night.
Illini Sports Night is one of 3 student-produced live TV series at the University of Illinois. As the name indicates, the show is dedicated to nothing but Illini sports. But it's not just the on-camera talent that goes into the show. It's what happens behind the scenes that makes the show.
You have a complete control room where so many things are going on. There are a lot of moving parts throughout the show. It kind of gets you a more realistic atmosphere for what working on a TV broadcast is like.
Even if you don't have video journalism experience or an interest in sports, you're still more than welcome to contribute to the show.
We're really big on teaching people how to, put content on air. And so I didn't have any TV experience. And in the course of one semester, I learned how to produce. I learned how to make video content. If you want to join ISN, it's not about whether or not you know the sports. It's whether you know people. And if you're a journalist, you know people. That's what you enjoy. That's the fun part about being a journalist.
Sports production can be an exciting field to pursue, and it's even more exciting when your university provides you with the exact opportunities to learn more about the field. Finding Illini Productions is the video department at the Division of Intercollegiate Athletics at the University of Illinois that produces content for all Illini sports. The department also hires students to work for them, and the students can gain real experience putting on full broadcasts for Illinois sports events.
Fighting Illini Productions is a student-run production agency for the University of Illinois Athletics.
Students should look to FIP as an opportunity on campus to really gain real-world experience.
When I come to work, I am typically on one of the cameras, so that's filming more individual shots of players. So for basketball, I'm on camera 4. I film more of the replay, like individual, filming where the ball goes and the individual plays.
We're prepping for women's basketball today. Illinois plays Minnesota. It's the last regular season game, and my job is score box. So essentially what viewers see at home in terms of the score bug, of the games or the score of the actual contest. That's kind of the stuff that I maintain.
So with basketball, it's kind of fun because we have the 2 net cams. Basically, the director is in constant communication with the producer and talking about how you want the broadcast to look to viewers and maybe like what needs to change or what needs to improve as the game goes on. It's really cool just being here during games, like walking through the tunnel and then, you know, walking up to this big court and seeing the players practicing like 10 feet away from you. I think that's a cool experience and cool sight to see.
Don't be nervous about it. Like, I was so nervous coming into this because I didn't really know what I was doing, but the FIP team is so helpful and they're really out there to work with everyone and get everyone new experiences, and that's amazing.
What I've learned from working with FIP, it's very collaborative and it's a team environment and you're working together for the same mission of putting on a good broadcast, and I feel like it's a lot of real-world experience during a school year.
For more information on becoming a student employee of Fighting Illini Productions, please contact Daryl Miles at 217-244-6766 or dmiles1@illinois.edu. And for more sports content, be sure to tune into Illini Sports Night tomorrow night at 9 p.m.
Gregory Hall, just steps away from the quad, recently underwent some renovations to a few of the rooms that students have access to, taking them up a level and making them even that much better of a place for students to work. Let's take a look at some of the changes.
Just off the quad, and only minutes from the dorms, is Gregory Hall, the home base for the University of Illinois College of Media. Here, you'll be able to meet with your advisor about classes, participate in lively discussion with friends, and make use of some new spaces that will be available to you in the fall. Rooms 13, 29, and 31 are newly redone labs and learning space for University of Illinois students. They feature an all-new computer lab with the latest technology, a brand new green screen and production space, and a completely redesigned and welcoming flex classroom that instructors and students can adjust to fit their needs in class. And you're probably wondering, what did the space look like before the renovation?
But it's a much nicer space now. It's much more light and bright and airy and clean and quiet. And so it's just a much nicer space to learn. We hope that it's a pleasant experience now, that it's a joy to be in those spaces instead of something that you kind of have to do. I feel like they can really work with each other and work with their instructors to sort of meet their learning goals and class projects and group projects and every other type of project we really want to accommodate in those spaces.
Coming in 2022, our very own Richmond Studio is also going to be seeing a renovation to continue to empower the expert media makers of tomorrow. Wherever you want your career to take you, be it in film, sportscasting, advertising, print writing, or even radio, the College of Media at the University of Illinois has the tools, teachers, and atmosphere to help you get there. These new spaces are light years ahead of where they used to be, and even ahead of some other lab space here on campus. Comparing where they used to be shows just how much focus the College of Media puts into student experience.
The upcoming renovation here at Richmond Studio was made possible by a generous gift from Richard and Leslie Frank. Now let's hear a little bit more about their support for our program.
It's not often you get to report about yourself. On Monday, the College of Media made the announcement that it has received a gift of $7.5 million from Richard and Leslie Frank.
This is a game changer.
That $7.5 million will specifically benefit the journalism program within the College of Media. Already, part of that money will be used to create 2 new classrooms within Gregory Hall, while other rooms will be getting new equipment.
Some of the equipment for some of the existing Greg Hall classrooms will be available as soon as spring semester. So for example, some computers for the computer lab, some production equipment for a new little production space we have, that will be available very soon.
But there is another place getting some renovations.
One of the recipients of our gift is our very own Richmond Studio.
So some of the things that we can expect to see from this gift are a complete revamping of this building So that would be, you know, bigger studio space, nicer studio space, classroom space, offices.
Richmond opened in 1999, which means that the building is already old enough to drink. Let that sink in. While there has been upgrades here and there, this will truly put UI7 in the 21st century.
I think it's a testament to the hard work of you, the students, right, of the faculty, of the staff, and you know the really amazing things that are being done here, which is creating the sense among alumni and friends that this is a place that merits major investment.
But as much as we can't wait to see change, it will be weird to see our little building grow up.
For the last year, Richmond has kind of been my home. This building has a very special place in my heart.
And this is especially true for alumni.
Say, what am I gonna miss? What am I not gonna miss?
In Champaign, I'm Jose Zepeda. Good morning, Illini.
There are a lot of exciting things in store for the program in the near future, and as a new Illini, you'd get to fully experience all of that. That's all the time that we have for our show today, but we hope that you were able to get a better idea of what life at the College of Media at the University of Illinois is all about. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night for Illini Sports Night at 9 p.m. And for even more stories about campus, give us a follow on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to stay up to date with the latest. Or you can visit us online at ui7live.com/WP. Don't miss Good Morning Illini this Friday at 11 a.m. either. From all of us here in Champaign-Urbana and beyond, we hope to see you here in the fall. Live from Richmond Studio, I'm Connor Seco. Have a good night.